Hi, Rajesh sir. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, what's the outlook for the market?
So, if you look at the fact, as of now, Nifty managed to cross the 61.8% retracement in the last week. Okay, so that was at around 10,550. So looking at this, breakout on this level, which is giving comfort to the market on the buying side. So, in the last 2-3 trading sessions, we have seen a lot of buying action has been, witnessed in the market across the board. So still we are holding about 10,550 level, so the stance would be on the buying side, and one should remain on the one should deploy the buy and dip strategy in the market. And looking at the setup, I feel that the market can move towards 10,950 or even 11,000 level we can see in very short time from the current level. Lower side, the immediate support area for the Nifty is placed at around 10,700. The only caution point which I am looking at from the derivative data point is that, PCR is inching up, and that is at around 1.64, which is giving some sort of, caution approach on the higher side. So on the other side, my advice would be, if we get really in this week only towards this 10,850 and 10,900, so there should be some partial profit booking one should get initiated in the market, because, we have almost, moved up from the level of 7,500 to now we are almost close to 11,000. So this is one way really which we have seen in the market in last 2-3 months. So one should be cautious at the higher level. Immediate the target is 10,850, 10,900. This is the target for the Nifty. So where, one should start booking profit. If we talk about other indices like, Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty, in the last trading session managed to cross about 22,400, which is very important level for the Bank Nifty as of now. And if you look at the both indices, if we compare both the indices, so there is underperformance in the Bank Nifty if you compare with the Nifty, because, Bank Nifty is still trading below 50% retracement of the previous fall, which we have witnessed in the month of March. So looking at the Bank Nifty component and other stocks which are part of Bank Nifty, a lot of buying interest has been seen in last 2-3 trading session in all the banking space also. So I feel that I believe that Bank Nifty will try to catch up, and we may see furthermore another extended up move in the Bank Nifty towards 23,500 to 24,000. That is the target which we are expecting in the Bank Nifty in the near-term basis. So those who are very near-term and very, those who are trading for very near-term trading point of view, so they should keep stop loss of 23,400. But overall setup is positive for the Bank Nifty also. Those who are having a positional trade, those who play for 10 to 15 days kind of time horizon, they should watch the next level on the lower side is around 21,800. So till we are holding this level, buyers will remain on the positive side. Buy and dip strategy one should adopt in the Bank Nifty also. So both the indices are looking positive based on the technical setup as of now.
Sir, any sectors or stocks that you think are in action?
So, looking at the overall setup, I believe that, we'll see furthermore, buying interest in the NBFC as well as in the banking sector. So especially from the private bank, I like ICICI Bank, because we have seen, stock is in consolidation mode, and, since last few trading sessions, we have seen a lot of open interest has been held up in the ICICI Bank. So looking at the setup, I feel that ICICI can move towards, 410, 420 level on the high side. On the other hand, on the lower side, the important support area for the ICICI Bank is at around 355. So if any minor corrective action or dips comes in the stock, one should be buyer in the ICICI Bank. Once the stock managed to give breakout over 380, then we can see very sharp move towards 410, 420. So from private banking space, I like ICICI Bank. If I go with the housing finance sector, so I like HDFC Limited, which is, again, looking very attractive. Stock is moving above, short to medium term moving averages. It's trading above 100-day moving average. So which is, adding up the bullishness in the stock. I believe that stock may scale up towards 1950 to 1970 level in coming trading sessions. One can place a stop loss at around 1855. This should be the stop loss in the HDFC Limited. So from banking and financial sector, I like ICICI as well as HDFC Limited. These two stocks are looking very promising. Now, other sector which I feel that, we can take Reliance Industry also in this buying list, because Reliance Industry is showing very good estimation since last 1 month. And looking at the setup, I believe that the stock can scale up towards 1900 or even 1920 level on the high side. So again, one can keep Reliance on their buying list. And from the current level, I believe that 1760 is the major support area where one can place a stop loss. In any minor corrective action, one can buy this stock and estimate on the high side 1900, 1920 should be the target on the Reliance Industry. So third sector which I like is since last few trading sessions, we have seen lot of accumulation in the metal space. And looking at this, India, China, this tensions are now cooling off. So a lot of action we have seen on the metal space also. So from metal space, I like Steel Authority, which is trading at around 34, 35 level. I believe that the stock can move towards 40, 42 level in very short time. So one can buy this Steel Authority at the current level also with a stop loss of 32. Another large cap stock from metal space I like is Tata Steel. So this is another stock which is looking very attractive on the metal space. I am expecting 355, 360 target in the short term. One can place a stop loss of 328 to buy Tata Steel also from the metal space. Another stock from the sectors is from the FMCG space. The consumer is also looking attractive, and Tata Consumer. These two stocks also one can keep on radar. I am expecting target in the consumer towards 750. Target stop loss should be 680. For Godrej Consumer, we are expecting target of 455. One can place a stop loss of 410. So these are all, broader themes which we are expecting that can do well in the near-term basis. So one can keep banking space, metal space, consumer durable, FMCG tech, and from automobile, Ashok Leyland and stocks are looking very attractive.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.